All right, in this video we're going to look at 5B, substituting and evaluating. Just starting at question 6, so for this topic, just doing questions 6, 7, 8 and 9. And we won't do every question, but we'll do quite a few so you get the hang of it. Now what we're doing in question 6 is called substitution. In algebra, the letter or the pronumeral represents a number, and we call that some variable. It takes on a number that can vary. So if you think about if we were to sell a certain number of donuts in a day, so they have a fixed price of maybe $3, and X could be how many donuts we actually sell per day. So the letter always represents some number. So in question 6, what we're doing is letting X equal 5. So what we need to do for each question, and I'd like you to do each question. I know sometimes I say to skip them, but it's just good to get into, get a lot of practice. So for this one here, X is always 5. So even if you go through each question and wherever you see X, just put the number 5. So the first one is 5 plus 3, then we've got 5 times 2, 14 minus 5, 2, remember there's an invisible times there, 2 times 5 plus 4. This one's 3 times 5 plus 2 minus, we had another X, so that's another 5. 13 minus 2 times 5, 2, we've got brackets here, 5 plus 2 plus 5, and so on. Okay, so I'm not going to keep doing them because the video will be too long. Okay, so 5 plus 3 is 8. So when we substitute in 5 here, we get the number 8. So you don't have to always write out the expression again, but just because we're learning, starting to learn algebra, it's a good idea to still write the expression with the substituted value, just like I've done here. All right, so the next one is 2 times 5, which is 10, plus 4, okay, which is 14. Now, you'll see I did that in 2 steps. Okay, so sometimes it's easier to do, remember BODMAS, so the multiplication comes first. So in the next one, I've got 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 minus 5. So 15 plus 2 is 17, minus 5 gives you 12. Okay, so remember BODMAS again. 13 minus 2 times 5 is 10. So your answer for that one is 3. This one here, we'll do the brackets first. So we have 2. Remember there's an invisible multiply sign there. 2 times 7 plus 5. And then let's do the 2 times 7 first, which gives us 14. And then plus 5. And your final answer is 19. Okay, so you can keep going on with these. And if you do have any problems, make sure you do ask for some help. All right, let's move on to, oh gosh, there's quite a few of them and I probably did all the easy ones. So have a go at doing the harder ones, and if you need some help, come and ask me. All right, so for this one, we're now looking at substituting in for A and B. Maybe for this one, let's do some of the harder ones instead. So I might start at question F. So this one is 7AB plus B. So we have 7. Remember there's an invisible multiply sign there. I can't remember what A was. Was it 3? Hold on, just bear with me. 2 and 3. Whoops. Okay, so 7 times 2, because A is 2, B is 3, and then we have to add B again, which gives us 3. So 7 times 2 times 3, you can do that as in 14 and then 14 times 3 if you like, or you can do 2 times 3 is 6 and then 7 times 6, whatever is easier for you. Okay, as long as you can get 42, and then we have plus 3, so then we have 45. So when you do multiplication, it doesn't matter which order you do the multiplication. You can do 7 times 2, or you can do 2 times 3, and then do the times 7, or you could do 7 times 3, which is 21, and then multiply that by 2. So the order that you multiply doesn't matter as long as you end up multiplying all three together. All right, the next one, A times B. So we have 2 times 3 minus 4 plus B, which is 3. Okay, so we'll do the multiplication first. 2 times 3 is 6 minus 4 plus 3. Okay, 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, for the next one we've got brackets. That doesn't matter. And they've put the multiplier sign here. Usually we don't see the multiplier sign there. 3 times 2 plus 2 times 3. Okay, because that's, this 2 comes from the A and this 3 comes from the B. Okay, I'm going to leave that 2 there and just deal with the brackets first. So we have 3 times 2 is 6, and then 2 times 3 is 6. Oops, did you realize what I did wrong? Put in a multiply instead of a plus. Okay, and then we have 2 times 12, and that gives you 24. Okay, the next one, I'm running out of room here. 100 minus 10 times 2 plus 10 times 3. Okay, so see, all that I'm doing is substituting for the A and the B. And once you've done that, you should be able to do the maths, because we did BOD maths at the start of the year. But remember, you can always ask for help if you're having trouble. Now, because I'm running out of room here, I'm just going to write the number underneath. So 10 times 2 is 20, and 10 times 3 is 30. So we're adding those two together. So 20 plus 30 is 50. And that 100 minus 50 gives me 50. Okay, I'm going to skip and just do L to end with. So we got 100 divided by, so remember this is same as dividing. So A plus B, so 2 plus 3. So it's 100 divided by 5. And your answer is 20. Okay, let's move on to question 8. So this time here, this one here, we're given different values of x and y and the same expression. So in the previous two questions, we had different expressions and we're substituting in the same value. This one here, we've got the same expression, but we're substituting in different values. Okay, so I might just show you how it's done. So the first one is 5x, so it's 5 times 3 plus 2 times y, which is 6. 5 times 3 is 15, and then 2 times 6 is 12, and your final answer is 27. All right, let's skip and do C. So again, 5 times x, in this case x is 7, plus 2 times y, in this case it's 3. So 5 times 7 is 35. 2 times 3 is 6, so your final answer is 41. Okay, let's move on to E. So we have 5 times 2 plus 2 times 0. 5 times 2 is 10. Now you should know anything multiplied by 0 is just 0, so your final answer is 10. Now I've done 3 of them, so you should be able to do the other 3. Okay, moving on to the next question, the last one I want you to do. You can keep going if you want to, nothing's stopping you from doing that. Okay, copy and complete each of these tables. So what this means is we have different values of n. Okay, so these are your different values of n. So remember before I said your letter is a variable. It can take on all different values. All we're doing here is substituting it in. Okay, so let's delete those circles. So you can see here our expression is n plus 4. So the first one, we're just substituting number 1. So 1 plus 4 is 5. Then we have 2 plus 4 is 6. 3 plus 4 is 7. 4 plus 4 is 8. 5 plus 4 is 9. 6 plus 4 is 10. Okay, so quite an easy one. What about the next one? So this time we're taking away the value of x. So 12 minus 1 is 11. 12 minus 2 is 10. 9, what do you think is going to happen? 8, 7, 6. Okay, for C, we have brackets here, so it's a little bit harder, and you have to bear with me because I'm going to do the thinking out loud. I'm not going to do the writing. So the first one is for B is 1. So what I'm going to have inside the brackets is 1 minus 1, which gives you 0. So 2 times 0 is 0. When I substitute in the number 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. We put in the 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Put in the number 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Can you see a pattern happening here? 5 minus 1 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. And what do you think the next one's going to be? 6 minus 1 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, so you can see there is a pattern. This one was increasing, this one was decreasing, and this one was increasing in lots of 2 or multiples of 2. All right, lastly, question D. So we're substituting in the number for Q, and Q occurs twice. So for the first one, we've got 10 times 1 is 10, minus 1 is 9. 10 times 2 is 20, minus 2 is 18. It'll be hard to fit these numbers in. 3 times 10 is 30, minus 3 is 27. Oh, can you see a pattern already? 40 minus 4, 50 minus 5, and then 60 minus 6. Okay, and if you haven't picked it already, we're going in multiples of 9. All right, so make sure you go back and have a go at those questions you haven't done. And do make sure you understand what you have done here. If you don't understand it after watching this video, make sure you come and ask for help and I'll explain it again to you in person. Okay, bye-bye.